yeah. Yeah. I'm just doing fine. I'm doing fine. Had a bad stomach last night, and now I'm here on an off day because I thought, hey, let's get back to some of that fan art. Get back to some of that fan art. Now let me go and do this thing that I was doing before. Solid feel. Go to the color. That should make everything behind this picture got. What I need to do here is import image from here. Browse. Let's go here. You can see. Just have it fill the image as best we can. Say yes. Then we're gonna make it go. Oops. Make it go underneath. Delete this layer. That way, it's a little bit easier for me to do some of these. Because I can just go and turn that layer on and off as need be. And it becomes easier to get some of the colors in. Especially if I do something, if I want to just, I have the colors samples on the side. But if I wanted to, just go in and grab one of the colors, I can. Which I think is handy and also dandy. Oops. I'm on the wrong layer too for drawing. Let's just go into our pencil. What we got to remember to do is to make it small again. 1.4 should be about the same length as before. And it's on the top of the layer, so that's good. Okay, I see how this goes. A little bit, it would be over the arm actually. Kind of like this, except if I made the line straighter. Kind of like a shape like that. Kinda. Well, actually, it would be more like it would be 4 squares actually. Something kind of like that, you know. There we go. And then we kind of get the color we need, the brown that we need. We can make our pencil probably about regular size for that. I'll probably just, let's do the birder first actually. That might actually give us a better idea of like how the rest of the shield needs to go. Something like that is probably a bit better. Then we go into the blue. And get over all those old black lines. Something like this. Go over it a few times, you know, we should start to see those old lines fade. And we'll make our new outlines, I suppose. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. Then we can make new outlines to go back to 1.4 or 3, whatever works, I suppose. Boom. Oops. Turn that off. Yeah. That doesn't look right. I see what I did wrong. I'm going to redraw the whole shield, but that's fine. I see what I did exactly wrong. I got the angle completely wrong. I'm actually going to make it less angled. Forgot once again. I want to make it all the way to the bottom. Like that. Kind of. Because honestly, this is more like it's more like Runescape is lowering the whatchamacallit. RuneScape is lowering the making it more angled most likely. Probably not necessarily just that angled. Given all things. Probably more rounded instead of being angled than you would think. On top. The angle is probably just because the polygons we got going on, you know. You know. It's probably more like this than I would. You'd be immediately led to believe. Let's go back to blue. Work on the squares. It'll cut off at the bottom because that makes sense. Visually, from the way you're staring at it, you wouldn't necessarily just see the bottom. And we'll go ahead and make it more translucent, not less translucent, you know, make it more opaque. Going over it again. And let's turn off that layer. See how it looks. Not too bad. It really doesn't get to the meat where the hand would be, so I'll probably redraw that again. I think where the hand would be, that doesn't look too right. Back to the drawing board, as they say. I see. Over here, you can see it's actually, that's where they're gripping the shield. I want to make it so you see less of the hand. So I'll probably, like, you know, have it maybe more over the body. Might be something more like that. Yeah, it might be something more looking like that. Oop, gotta get back. The big lines. Get some of the bigger lines. More like that, I'd say. Yeah, it looks good. I go back to the brown. So like so. So. And that probably looks a lot better in totality with the positioning and everything. Yeah, that probably looks a lot better. I'm gonna go back to 1.4 in black and redo those line art. And we're gonna wanna probably get the eraser out, erase that extra little edge. Oh, the eraser is still massive. As always, forget how massive the eraser is. Yeah, that looks a little bit better, I'd say. Looks a bit more natural. And we'll make the background pop up again, just so we can actually see some stuff a bit better. The white color I use for the thing doesn't pop as much on the background, so that's a little hard to see, but it's not too bad. At least we have the colors already on the flower, so we know. Oh, shoot! When I translucicized the background, it changed those colors, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Oh, no. Because the shirt sleeves also got messed up. Oh, man. Because I had the shirt sleeves colored in. They messed up the black outlines on everything else, so I'll have to fix that. Oops. Gotta make this bigger. Make it a bit easier to color in the sleeves. And I'll probably have to redo the outlines to the hands just so they pop a little bit better. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I might erase the. I might try to. I don't know if that looks as good as it did before. Let's see if we get rid of that background. If the yeah, I guess now the sleeves look a bit better. They don't look too gray on the background that I had before. That probably means it's showing through a bit too much. I should redraw them first, or recolor them. I mean, over at least one more time. I have to go through the line art again, or redefine the lines, and yeah, that looks a bit better now. Technically, the sleeves are supposed to be the same color as the amulet and the thing, but they don't seem to show up like that. That's interesting. I guess the color probably didn't go through as well as I wanted. That's weird. I don't know why it's like that. I'm not sure. It's very much so more gray. But if you look at here, Well, again, once I remove the background, it looks similar. Yeah. Well, let's try to make it a bit more the color we want. I guess you can always try redoing all the color, because the color beneath it will definitely show through a little bit more. Oh well, doesn't matter. Sleeves can definitely be a bit more of a differentiated color than that. Now we're gonna go on to the pants. Turn back that layer on to maybe color. Actually, well, I guess that works too. Let's go. Let's add this here, I guess. We don't have that on our one. That little bit of pink at the bottom. And these pants are a mixture of colors. So we'll start with the base and put the other one over on top of it. I think would probably be for the best. We'll fill in the purple rather than do checkered pattern right off the bat. That'd be easier in the long run. Definitely would be easier in the long run, I think. Methinks. Can't be certain, but that's what I think at least. Rather than refilling everything. A little bit, by, not refilling everything, but like filling everything bit by bit. What I'm doing right now is like then putting in purple and seeing how it looks. I'll probably get the color of it purple. Hopefully it's not all covered up by the time I'm done. But you know how it goes. Yeah, it's not color all covered up. Nothing to worry about. Kind of like a checkered pattern. It's kind of like that. Kind of like that. Almost like triangles upside down. You kind of go in. Yeah. Kind of like that. Hmm. I'll have to see how this looks. I might just end up redoing all of this in a different pattern. Kind of like this pattern, but not the greatest pattern ever. Oops. Supposed to be like doing upside purple right side purple triangles. Kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like doing something like that. Make all these upside down purple triangles. I mean, upside down pink triangles. Or I guess they're kind of more like V's in comparison. It almost would look better. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. They're rectangle slits. They kind of have a triangular edge because of the geometry, which is why I was making them triangles. I like that more than anything. That does look a bit better. A little bit better. Give it a little bit of triangular motion, I suppose. Because as the pants shift a little bit, they kind of have like a bit of geometry to them change. As like they head out, I mean. Which will change up how the patterns look. Whereas towards the center of the pants, it's a bit more straight, I guess you'd say. But when you go off to this, it doesn't get as straight. Something like that. That don't look too bad. Don't look too bad at all. I don't know. I just feel like maybe it needs more of the pink color. Maybe it's being too overshadowed by the purple. I know that because the purple's a bit more of an accent color. There should be a bit more encased in the design. Yeah, that's looking a bit better. That does look a bit better, if I'm being honest. I should go back to the 1.4 that I had, go back to black. Something I noticed before was I didn't have this part drawn out as well as I thought I had it. Oh, that looks pretty good so far. No. 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 I want to turn out that layer, see how it looks. I want to add some shading in. I took off an idea of the shading from the staff. I'm going to kind of like decide the shadings from this direction, so I'll make it a bit bigger for the shading. And I should probably make the opacity lighter. Yep. Yeah, I should just take in all the colors, lower the opacity, increase the darkness, like that. Same thing with with the face color. Take it, lower the light a bit, have it. The light source is kind of coming from behind, I guess you would say. Or not from behind, but from like the one side. And it was this color here back for this. Not close enough to the line, but too close to draw properly. Now this one's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be dropping the darkness a bit. And this should also cast a shadow, the crotch. Not the crotch, nah. But whatcha, who's it calls in it? The Hoocher Gotcha Drazer Notable. I was gonna say the over the crotch area. Yeah, like the pants area, the shirt area that goes over the area. I'm not making my case any better, I know that much. At least that one stayed. I can probably kind of do the same color. Make it a tad bit darker. And for the hair, what I've kind of figured is I'll just do the whole thing a little bit darker. All of it will be on shade, bit on shade on this side. That's what I've kind of done in the past. I got a notification. I should do not disturb mode. I should do not disturb me, please. Thank you. Where is it? Do not disturb. Someone told me to do that before and I didn't. Like a fool. Like something like that. Some will say the light is coming from the one side. Yeah. Almost done with this one, I would say. Probably almost done with this fan art. I did start it on my own time and did quite a bit of work on it on my own time. Not looking too awful. I think that's probably good. I kind of want to do fingers. I kind of wanted to get the fingers in. Like that. Those shouldn't be too bad for fingers. That. Yeah, that don't look too bad for a hand. And I don't have to draw the other hand because it's covered. Hey, Flop! How's you doing? Welcome to the chat. How's ya? Yeah, I actually... Oops. I actually went and took a few of those RuneScape characters down from chat. I want to do a little bit of fan art for all of them. Wink. Because I think RuneScape has a nice aesthetic. I have underneath the actual picture, and I use that to kind of like base off my image off of. I've been asking a few people if they'd like me to draw fan art of their characters, just because I've been having fun doing it after doing the fan art for Hoshi for Hoshi. Nope, that's not it. I did this. I don't know if you saw it on Hoshi's thing, but I did it. I might do another thing for Hoshi because I don't know how. If I could have probably done a little bit better. Why am I talking like this? Why do I drop into random accents? I do that in real life too. I remember in the past, there was like there was like a whole like almost 8 hour shift at Dunkin' Donuts where I just talked in a Russian accent. I am Russian though, so it's technically you know I don't know. I'm Russian. No, I'm Russian. It's not that bad. I don't know if I want to do a background though because I feel like I'm not good at that. What I might do is what's it called? I don't know. I might just change. I might just go and do the very background of the piece. I want to select it. Oh, I can't select it. Okay, I see how it is. And do something with like a brown, and then like the whole. Yeah, I don't know. What happened? Did I change it like 3 times without noticing? That's funny. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know. I might just leave it at here for now, just because I'm accidentally on the wrong layer. Hide it. Maybe I'll leave those because I think it's cute. I've seen before, if I go here and I go into pencil, I do. Uh, I'm still in brown. I'm a bit of a mess at most times in my life. Oh, so thank you for stopping by. I like it when people do the little boom, boom, boom. I like it when people do that. I haven't done that before, but it'd be nice for like simple things. If I don't have a background, I mean. If I don't have the background. After this, I'm not 100% sure, what I'll be doing. I might move on to the next fan art if I finish this, because I still got another hour and a half left planned in stream. Yeah, hour and a half. I'm like, did I say that right? Do I actually have an hour and a half, or am I just goofing? It doesn't have to look great. There we go. Close. Amulet. I didn't do one. I'm not gonna do it for everything because I don't have all the colors for everything unless I want to go and redo it. I could. I could go back and redo everything. Or what you calls it. I mean, get all the colors. I could go back and get all the colors. Now the question is, I didn't do this my last fan art, and I crave consistency so much. Doing any like I almost want to go back to other draw pieces that I do, and I want to like change it. Oh, flop. Oh yeah. If you're still here, I'm doing a follow-thon. As you can see. Oh shoot, I don't even have my chat going. I guess I didn't notice because I was by myself for a little bit. Let me just do that real fast. Get chat going so chatters can see themselves. But Flop, if you're still here, since you're followed, you activated my flop. Not my flop. I can't get words out of my mouth. You activated my follow-a-thon thing. My jig. Meaning you get to choose either to have a Necro Murmur, which I have one of those here just for whatever. I have these Necro Murmurs that I'll make into an emote on Twitch chat and my Discord server. For you can choose it. It's kind of like based off what I am. I'm a Necro Murmur. I've just taken a humanoid form. This is the base Necro Murmur form. And for those, you can either get one of these that will be put into as an emote, or you could choose a Pokemon, as you can see here, and I'll do a stream where I make a showdown team based around that Pokemon on Pokemon Showdown. And then I save it, I'll post it, and I'll when I get a affiliate, I can upload videos to stay on my channel forever. I'll upload it on the channel, so it becomes either one way or the other, somewhat permanent. Since really the two themes of my channel have been art and Pokemon, I decided to reward followers who are helping me get to affiliate. I thought that'd be a fun way to do it, to like pseudo immortalize them in the channel for their impact in the early days. And I might do things like that in the future. Maybe like if I ever get subs, if I ever do a subathon, I don't know if I'll do that. Mostly because I don't mind getting subs. I think getting paid to do this would be fun, but I think what I want, I'm just really excited to get emotes. And if growing the community could be fun. Just, have more people to drop in and say hi. Because obviously not everyone's going to be able to drop in and say hi. And it always makes my night when people can drop in and say hi. Well, for now, I think this is kind of done. So I'm going to go flip it straight so I can save it. Save my current sketch. I'm going to open up my gallery. And that adds a new one. Just double check. It's saved. That's good. That's good. Just what I need is to make sure everything's saved. And I'll probably show this to uni later. I'll call it completed for now, and it always opens up this other files or something or another. But I don't know if you're here, Flop, or not. I don't know if anyone's here right now. I think it's just me and Stream Elements, but that's fine. That's fine with me. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do right now, because I gotta transition. Oh, I'm gonna change my mouse. I have it on multicolored instead of blue. I mean, blue matches the aesthetic a little bit better. No one can see it except me, so I don't know. I don't know. I like doing stuff. Gonna drink some water. Why am I going British again? I drink some water, and it's always when I say, I feel like when I go around the word water, I go British. I've said this to some people. I probably said it on stream at least once, but when I was in high school, people would always ask me if I had a British accent, and even one of my friends, while I was at school, accused me of having a British accent. They asked me if I had it. I said no, because, I don't have any lineage to Great Britain or England or the UK or any of those areas, and he's just like, no. He said no. He's just like, no, you have an accent, and I'm like, brother, what you talking about? I remember I used to go in stores and stuff. Like sometimes I would go to Dunkin' Donuts. Duck Donuts was another place. I used to work at a Duck Donuts. But people would always get those two confused, and I got them confused just now. So, yeah. Yeah. That's my. I'm just like, what photos? What do I even have up here? Okay, I can kind of see without having to scroll. Okay, so I might switch to the next one. One of these two I might do. They got very impressive armor sets. That's just a picture I saved. I need to be really careful going through Google Photos. I'm gonna go to photos that I'm not intending to show people. Not that they're bad. I just don't want to show too much of me. Can't break that illusion. I'm just an anime fanboy on the internet. So let's go. Bring it back. Let's do news. Oh, wait, no. What I'm going to do is import from files, my files, images. Then I can select. Since flop came by, let's do some a flapper. And I do this. Ooh, and then I make another layer to this. Ooh, over it. And I can start sketching the general shape of the character. It's you, flapper. And since this is generally smaller scale, usually I do 3.7, but 1.3 should work here. I just, because Minecraft characters, oh my gosh. Why did I say that? I'll probably edit the proportions a little bit. I want to make it fit more my style. Yeah, no, I should probably rehash that. Usually have a bit more of a rounder face in my style. The eyes are covered, so let's just kind of like get this shape here. Shape of the eyes and the nose. Usually a bit smaller, and then I'll the mouth. A little bit of a smirk, I say. I don't know what this is. And then I'm gonna just turn that off real fast, see what that looks like. Not too bad for a base. It's easier to get some of the design work in when you're not seeing the design, though I'd say it probably isn't the easiest to see when everything's so dark, but that is, in a nutshell, what is striking about this character. The black is definitely the color theme. One would say black is a vital inclusion in this character. I don't know if I like how that's coming out so far. See, it'll take a Not the greatest. Not the greatest start to the base, but it's not awful. Hmm. Oh no. I'm drawing on the wrong one. Drawing on the wrong layer. That's what happened. I drawn on the wrong one. Okay, so this actually blends out a bit more. I see that better now. Hmm. I can look at my computer screen. I'm a genius. I'm looking at the. I'm looking at my phone image like it's the only reference I have, and I'm like, oh wait, I can look at the computer screen where I actually have it loaded up for you guys to see. The chat didn't load. Chat didn't reload. Now that people are typing more, I can see that it still didn't load. Gotta fix that. Come on, log into Twitch. I'm gonna just type a test message. Does it show up? Yeah, it's test. Okay, I fixed it. Oh, no. Stop. The bow is really cool, though. The bow has such cool geometry, is what I would say, call it. Very cool geometry. That's a regular bow, right? Not a crossbow? Huh. It could be either or. It has a bit of DNA. Let's redraw that from take one. I think I'm not getting on the right scale. I'll come back to it later. And these look like they're probably like boots. Nice. Nice boots. These look like fancy boots. It's hard to tell fully what the it's hard to tell fully what the colors. I think I'm narrowing it too soon. Is the issue here. This side bows in before coming out like this. I'm so bad at drawing a human anatomy. This one kind of stays like this. Human anatomy, why? Oh, I see. This is part of a flowing. Oh, okay, I see. Kind of like that. Kind of like, yeah. Behind the legs. And that follows the shape of a head more than the outline I gave the hood. Or maybe that looks a little bit better. Well, you can't really see hair. I'll probably give hair. Yeah, I'll probably like give hair to the character, even though you can't really see it. I imagine there's hair, even if you can't seize it. And of course, that's always, potentially wrong. I'm gonna make it bigger and reduce the opacity. And go over it a few times. To give it the right texture, I think. It gets a little bit lighter. The hood's not straight black. Let's reset here. I should finish drawing stuff before I start coloring, if I'm being honest. Let's go back to the 1.3. Something like this, perhaps. I should maybe get the idea of what the bow would look like before I start drawing it. Something like that. Get the shit. Something like that. Something like that. That don't look too bad. Back to eraser. Oh, that needs to be even smaller for this section. Well, actually, some of these details can stay in because it's gonna be, looks like kind of see-through. Kind of see-through in some places. So we're probably gonna make that very see-through later. My headset's just died. I heard my, I don't know why it dies so much. That doesn't look fully right. For holding it. That's because it goes down a lot farther, actually, if I'm being honest. Almost like there's a piece here that's being held. So I'm gonna have to edit the hands a bit, actually. Kind of be like grabbing here more than grabbing where it was before. Yeah, kind of like that. Which case, that's kind of like hand shape goes. How does the hand look? That's kind of like the inner part of the hand. I don't know. Looking for good hand references. This is rough. Looking for them good old hand references is gonna be rough, but it's whatever. Well, that's more kind of like pointed down and out a bit. Kind of like that. That's not awful. This leg's kind of pointed more inwards, like that. Maybe a bit more like this. Maybe something a bit more like that. Maybe a bit something more like that. That's fine. The pose doesn't have to be the same. Close enough. Then in that case, I'm gonna have to go like that. Something like that. Lots of nice colors here, though. Now let's compare it to the original. Oh, actually isn't too far off. That's good. Obviously, I tend to downsize things. My characters don't tend to be in my style. They don't tend to be as lanky. Yeah. Well, let's save. Let's take a second to save our work. Save current sketch. Let's go. Everything here is very black. Gonna make it bigger and reduce the opacity. I'm probably gonna wanna let's reset. Go 3. Go back to the eraser. The arms can be in a bit more of a relaxed pose than it is right now. As decent looking as this is, it can be in a bit more of a relaxed pose, I think. Hand could be in a bit more of a relaxed pose. Okay. Yeah, hand needs to be a bit long. The wrist, the hand needs to be a bit longer. Something more like. Yep, that's the fear. It's not long enough. Something more like that is fine. Yeah, something like that is fine. There'll be a shading area. That's why that's kind of mingled off like that. Probably a bit more. No, that's. I don't know. That's probably fine as it is. If anything, maybe I'll add another tier to do this. I don't think it naturally has one in the picture, but I feel like proportions wise it'll fit a little bit better. I don't think it goes necessarily down that low. Well, actually, it would probably go lower based on the way it looks on the previous layers. Because it looks like it gets a little bit bigger rather than smaller, like how that was looking. Nope, make that a little smaller. Not that small. Fine. That looks fine. Go back to the basics. Let's start coloring in the black stuff. Do it. Do it. I hope, and we can only pray. This comes out looking half decent. Yeah, it's not really a purple black. It'd probably be the other black too. And we can make the thing a bit bigger. Oh, it's supposed to be 3.7. Why did it go all the way to... Oh well. Yeah, these colors suited a bit better to what it was. They're more shadow gray than anything. And this one could probably be even bigger. Almost double, I bet. Like that. Wouldn't hurt. No. Dude, somebody is premium coloring in. I say jokingly. Anything I do is not that premium. I'm gonna have to obviously go in later and redo some stuff. Nope. That should be fine. For a second. We are here doing. Nope. Why is it zooming in and out? What am I doing? I should be doing this and color picking some of these colors instead of straight up just doing this. Just guessing with my eyes. I should rely on the color picker a bit more. I'm being completely honest. I feel like this isn't as good as the other one was coming out. It's a great design. I just think I'm not doing a proper job of it. Sadly, I'm not doing it as much justice as I could be. It's a beautiful design. It's a beautiful design character. Comes off a bit more brick than the original design, if I'm being honest. Maybe I shouldn't rely on the color picker so much. Do it. I mean, I did it for the other one. Not awful color. It's just maybe it doesn't come off at the same shade. Being honest. But that's not awful coloring. Color. Let's see what the skin color is kind of coming off as is tan. Yeah, that's actually not looking too bad. Like overlaid, I mean. So you really overlay, it loses some of it. Beauty. Face though will be in shadow, so it should definitely be darker and less opaque. Okay, definitely a lot less opaque. But definitely a lot darker. Doing that. Something more like that, maybe. Okay, now it's too opaque for what I'm doing. More like that, I guess. More like that. I guess if I do another layer, it's actually kind of good. Ooh. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I should just go back to what I do for shading before making an opaque black over something like this. Yep. I should just go back to the shading I was doing, kind of shading style I was doing before, I think. Things that to give it shadow rather than doing just color. That. I think there's kind of almost like edge over here. Where it kind of like comes around a curve. Kind of like that. Nope. Yeah, something kind of like that. Let's go back to high thing. Low opacity, black. It was a little bit less opaque than that, I would say. Something like that. Let's go back to this. Reset. Looks like stream is dead. Am I back? I'm back. I hope that wasn't too long of me being out. Back. 3. Okay, that whole shadow idea doesn't work out too well. Okay. I just thought maybe. Thought maybe. Let's go back to 1.3. Black. I need to kind of go back here. This color back. Fill in the gaps. Oh, that's what happened. That's what happened. I never put in the color for this one. That's why it looks weird. That's why it looks a little bit funky. Something like that. Go back to pure black for some of these. Redefine these shapes. What happened? What happened? I flipped the whole thing upside down somehow. Oh my gosh, how did I do that? How did I flip everything? How did I flip everything? Oh my gosh, how did I? What the? I'm not sure how I feel about the weapon of being held. How it's. Uh, the weapon could probably use a bit of a streamline. Okay, so it's somehow upside down. That's kind of how it should be now. It should be 0 angle. Let's save it for now. File, save, copy. Ugh. I started at 1:30, so yeah, an hour and a half I've been alive. That's fine. Just some water. Just somewhat. I don't know how I want to do my voice. Doesn't look bad. I don't know if I like it fully though. Well, I guess right now let's go erase some of the more rougher edges. Go into the eraser. Go into the eraser. Go back down to like 3. Because some of the shadows got on outside of these edges. Is what I remember correctly. And some of the color missing here. Could get some more of this red here. Now I want to move the green. Blackish. Make it kind of like that. And then shade. Some of the shade in here. Layers will be darkest. I don't know why there doesn't seem to be shade here, but there we go. File. Sketch. Let's do. Ooh. Oops. One. Boom. Reset everything for the time being. Boom. Oh, something like that. Boom. Black. Hood. Hair. They're more wristbands, I think. No, that's the. Oh man. Wait, let me check something. Let me do selection. Move it. Do this. Well, I can make someone can draw in that section. I didn't even know that. I'm trying to move it though. Can I make it so that I can move it? I can make it so I can't draw in it. Just curious. Okay, so that's that. Well, I was hoping I could just move it down some. I think this is the bow color actually. These are the wristbands. I think that's that. What's this called? Types of skirts, I don't know. Why is that so small? I don't know what to call that. Don't know. There we go. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, now we're getting a party. We're getting a party. We got flops and so far we got flops and we got unis, Runescape characters done. So now we're getting one of them. What's it called? Like an adventuring party almost. Getting an adventuring party together. I don't know. Maybe I'll call it a little early tonight. I mean, I'm usually only going to go for another like 10 or so more minutes. But I think that's probably good. I'm probably going to hide my phone for a second so I can upload the. Not my phone, that's chat. scrolled down too far. I'm gonna hide my phone screen for a second while I open up Google Photos to start uploading these to the web. You know, as one does. And that should now be uploaded. Yeah, that don't look too bad. Don't look too bad for a, attempt. Don't look too bad. I can download both of these. Finish both of these actually today. I finished both of them today actually. I can post them later on. Well, I can re-put this back up for now and remove it. We don't really need it right now. I can kind of remove everything and start going to our scenes for stream ending. Oh yeah, I forgot my headset died. So I can't hear the music. I'm like, why can't I hear the music? Oh yeah, because my headset died. I don't know why. I keep trying to charge it. It doesn't seem to be charging. I don't know why though. Oh well. Oh well. I'm gonna start looking for someone to raid. Thank y'all for coming, for whoever came. And let's look for that raid target. Yeah, Objects Via Cat, we haven't seen them in a while. They're already with them. Just wait a little while, after all. And, no one's here. So I'll just put it in chat for myself.